And they're both here in the studio. Joining us, unrecognisable, Sean, it has to be said, Barrie.
Yeah. Oh, Barry's gorgeous. And you don't mind being called Barrie, even though you're a girl, do you? Yeah, you stuck.
But you changed the spelling of the name, didn't you?
Yeah, we thought we'd girl it up a little bit, but we couldn't really change the name after calling her Barrie for at least a week,
So she's now Barrie, I-E, B-A-R-R-I-E.
That's it.
What was her reaction when she saw you? Because 6 months apart, as Eamonn said.
Well, at first, where she'd kind of been in a cage for so long, it was a little bit sort of overwhelming for us. So we took her on a little walk around, and in sort of one of the videos, she smells my knee, looks up at me, and then gets straight on her back. So that's where that kind of moment.
The tummy rub moment.
Yeah, the tummy rub, yeah.
So you think that's the moment she suddenly thought, oh, it's Sean.
Yeah,
I know
definitely,
you.
yeah.
And how long was that journey? How many planes did she have to have? And
she flew from... well, the whole journey in itself was Syria, driven to Iraq. Iraq, she flew to Jordan, spent 3 months in Jordan.
In quarantine,
In quarantine, yeah. And then she flew from Jordan to Paris after 2 failed attempts to get here. And then I drove to Paris to see her.
Tell me why this girl stole your heart, why she stole your heart.
She's just a playful little thing. She's just someone, I don't know, just something about her little face in the rubble. We just couldn't leave her there.
And she was a tiny puppy when you found her.
She was this big.
Yeah. And she wasn't the only one there, but she was the only one alive. I believe.
Yeah.
How many puppies?
There's about 6 or 7 there, yeah. And she was just sort of trapped inside there.
And how long, Sean, did it take for her to come out of the rubble and to trust you?
It took about 4 days. We was on that job for 4 days, and the last day it was kind of make or break. She's either going to like us or not, but we're going to have to make it there. So we was taking her food every day. She was warming to us, and then after that, she let us pick her up, and when we picked her up, that was it. We got her in the car.
She is adorable.
The journey, of course, to be reunited wasn't straightforward.
No,
either.
Not really. No, to get a pet dog out of a war-torn country like that is big movements. But we had a charity called War Paws that really helped us out. They were amazing in what they'd done. The feats they went to just to get my dog from Syria to here was amazing.
Isn't it amazing to think as we, get to Sunday and we commemorate the centenary of the armistice, that dogs were used in the First World War to carry messages and to sniff out explosives, and so it was in the Second World War, and even to today.
Yeah, part of the bomb disposal team I was in when I was in the British Army, we had dogs attached to us all the time, and the invaluable sort of assets they are to us as a team. But the other side of it is the morale boost. They're off the lead inside of a camp. They're playful, you can mess around with them, and it just brings you back to normality rather than just being in a war-torn country and having to see what we all see. You've actually got a sense of normality around you.
And it wasn't just you that fell in love with her. I mean, all your...
Yeah, so she was my dog, but she was everyone's dog. The camp absolutely fell in love with her. To be honest, we wasn't allowed her on camp, but we smuggled her into camp, and we just done by numbers. All of us loved her. So the camp commandant was like...
What about when you were out, you were clearing mines, weren't you?
Yeah.
Landmines. Did she come out with you?
Yeah, she'd come out on task with us. She'd stay with the vehicles. But she was good as gold. She loved it. She loved coming out on task. She wouldn't let us go out without her.
So how hard was it for you to leave her behind?
Yeah, really hard. I was only meant to come back for 2 weeks leave. So it wasn't really an emotional goodbye. I'll be back in 2 weeks. And then when it all got cancelled and I got told I couldn't go back, that's when it really kicked in that I couldn't see her anymore.
And that's when you got in touch with War Paws?
Yeah, well, War Paws were in touch about 2 weeks before that, just trying to start the process. Then it became a very big push to try and get her out.
Yeah.
Would you describe her, bearing in mind what she's been through, as a nervous dog?
Not what she's been through, no. She's very surprised. Like the fireworks the other night, she was fine. I was more of a wreck than she was.
Yeah.
Well, unlike our dog, who's an absolute wreck. She is beautiful. So you picked her up in Paris.
Yes.
Brought her home. You live in Essex.
Yeah.
So how is she taken to life in Essex?
She's become an absolute diva. She's fully fledged Essex girl now, definitely.
And what about you, Sean? How are you coping with life outside the forces?
It's been hard. Definitely sort of after the forces, it was one of them. I didn't really think there was much to really worry about. I come out and I felt fine, and it's the slowly creeping up on you that kind of sort of happened. So then I took the job in Syria thinking that was going to normalise me a bit, but that wasn't the case at all. I needed to be home with the people sort of around me.
And what are you doing now? I mean, when you look, it doesn't get any more adrenaline-packed and dangerous than what you did, being involved in bomb disposal.
Yeah.
So now what do you do?
I own a fitness company. We run sort of boot camps and stuff, so I bring that taste of adrenaline highs to to a boot camp environment.
And how much did Barrie the dog help you?
A lot, yeah. Every day inside a camp when we was out in Syria, and then knowing that she was actually coming home. The lads in Syria were the exact same. The guys that I was out there with, they loved training her. She was in our office. She was everyone's sort of plaything, and if anyone had a bad day, she was on their lap.
And now, if you have a bad day, she's still there with you.
Yeah.
She's absolutely gorgeous. Look at her; she's so relaxed now.
Well, glad you're so happy, and together that you're so happy. Yeah, that's you we're talking about, Barrie. That's you. Yeah,
you're gorgeous. Will she get much bigger?
Not in length, but we think she's going to sort of fatten up a little bit.
Oh.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? Yeah,
That's where Barry's boot camp comes in. That's where you're going to have to start something like that. Sean Laidlaw, thank you very much indeed. Really
Thank
good
you,
to talk
Barrie.
to you, Sean. Thank you.